Do you ask yourself a question, how games will look on consoles of the next generation? With the release of the next generation of PlayStation, every gamer begins comparing the PlayStation 5 to the PlayStation 4. What's new in the platform? Will it provide exceptional and premium gaming experience? I will give you 7 new features found in PlayStation 5 compared to previous generations, which will change how games look on PlayStation 5, coming up. Hello gamers, welcome back in another video. If this is your first time here and you want everything related to games such as news, reviews, tutorials and best games for you, then start now by subscribing to the channel and turning on notification bell so you won't miss anything. The transition from PS4 to PS5 is one of the most important transitions in Sony's history because the PS5 is completely different to all previous generations, and one of the developers said that the difference between PlayStation 4 and 5 is like the difference between 2D and 3D. So you know how is the big difference. Sony has invested heavily in the device to achieve an exceptional gaming experience for players while at the same time keeping the price affordable for everyone. But is Sony's plan successful? I will give you 7 new features that exist only in PlayStation 5, which can change the look of the games on the PlayStation. Number 1. SSD for the first time. Since we're in an age of speed, then Sony's move toward SSD is really smart. But who don't know, SSD is solid-state drive which is very fast compared to HDD. With SSD, games will experience unparalleled speed when running or even when loading game world. According to Sony's words, the loading screens will be a part of the past. For example, a game like GTA V takes too long to run, which makes us boring as gamers, and I like the move from Sony by providing it in PlayStation 5. In order for Sony to prove the speed of the new PlayStation, it did some testing and used Spider-Man as the game of the test, and the comparison was between PS4 and 5. The results were really amazing. It took PlayStation 4 8 seconds to load the game, while the PlayStation 5 took less than a second to run. This is because the PlayStation 5 SSD is very fast and specially modified for PlayStation. Number 2. It's 4K time. We do not deny the importance of high quality for a better realistic gaming experience full of exciting details. Although it is difficult to achieve the quality of the 4K on the console because the hardware is relatively weak compared to the PC, but PlayStation 5 has AMD's Zen 2 octa-core processor, clocked at 3.5 GHz, and AMD RDNA 2 graphics processor with 10.28 teraflop power. So, Mark Cerny, the designer of PlayStation, confirmed that the device will support games with 8K technologies, in addition to AMD Ryzen cards that have 7 nano technology, in addition to the GPU processor of the Radeon Navi series, and it is worth noting that HDR technology is enabled in devices PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 4 Pro with HDR10 format, and all of that will be available in PlayStation 5 without any difference, but we can see a more advanced version than previous versions, as the new version will not exclude HDR10 and Dolby Vision technologies, especially as the news box games are working with these technologies in real time. PlayStation 5 will contain an optical drive that will support 4K Blu-ray drive, and the PlayStation 4 didn't have a 4K Blu-ray, so many hope that this new device will support this drive. On the other hand, Xbox Series X will support 4K drives for home cinema enthusiasts. Number 3. 3D surround sound. Sony has succeeded in achieving the highest possible graphics for games with its advanced capabilities, but it seems that Sony did not stop there, so Sony wanted to achieve audio pleasure also inside the games, as if you live inside. This is something I really like, although it might need a really powerful console for that. But there is something I didn't mention about the previous point, and I mentioned it here specifically. Do you remember when I said that the PlayStation 5 will support 8K? Well, recently Sony patented a similar technology to Nvidia's DLSS. And for those who do not know this technique, it converts images of low quality to a much higher quality without losing any details and quality, and Sony will use this technology in PlayStation 5 to make games work on 4K or even 8K, but you will not notice any loss in quality. This technology can reduce the load on the PlayStation 5 so that game developers can take advantage of its capabilities in other things like 3D sound. This technology was similar to that in the PlayStation 4 Pro, but it was outdated, so a new generation may see the entering of a new era of games. In other words, the next generation PlayStation 5 will display games with 4K resolution exactly the same as the original, but you need to know that not all developers may use this technology. They can produce games with the original 4K quality and make DLSS technology for 8K only. But to be in the main topic, the new PlayStation will display 3D sound with amazing quality, so you will hear the sound coming to your right, and then your left or behind or in front of you. It is very fun, and I am very interested in trying it. Number 4. Go deeper into the game. Well, not all features of the new generation are in the PlayStation itself, it is also in the controller. The controller is called DualSense for a specific reason. The controller completes the journey to delve deeper into the game. You will feel everything happening in the game, such as shooting, or even walking on the sidewalk. It will be different from walking on the beach. Control buttons will also be sensitive to strength or weakness. I mean, for example, about shooting arrows with a bow. The tensile strength of the arc depends on how strong you press the button on the control. To fire faraway arrows, you may need strong click pressure. Close-shot arrows at small or medium click pressure. We will see the creativity of the developers of these technologies. It will be an amazing leap for the games world. Number 5. Ray tracing technology. Ray tracing is the technology of light evolution in the game and how it falls on objects and reflection of light as well. It takes a lot of processing, but the result is really fanciful. For example, a game like Minecraft has completely changed with this technology. It is found in movies like Avengers. Because it is not a new technology in the world of movies, because movies do not need immediate treatment like games, all you have to do is watch only. But the main problem was how to get it into the games. Some people may know that Nvidia was the first to implement this technique, but this is relatively wrong. Intel was very interested in this technology, so it demonstrated a game of ray tracing in 2008. But the result was very poor. The game was running at a resolution of 720, and the frames were only 17 frames per second. Although at that time, the resolution of 1080 is the new resolution in the world of games. Therefore, since that time, all attempts have stopped until Nvidia started with its RTX graphics cards. Although the ray tracing technology is very expensive and needs high capabilities, but Sony took advantage of it in PlayStation 5. This technology is the future of games that will make them more real, never before seen. Number 6. More than 30 frames. The console has always been known to be technically weak to offer more than 30 frames, but it appears that the situation will change with the launch of the PlayStation 5. There are sources that say there will be games that will run at 4K on 60 frames, and possibly more. And this is because of DLSS technology that we mentioned earlier. Recently, Sony announced new TV screens that will be dedicated to PlayStation 5, which is interesting. There are two screens, one will support 4K 120 frames per second, and the other one is 8K with 120 frames as well. Which puts the possibility that the games could reach 120 frames, which is amazing. Number 7. The best exclusive games. Exclusive games are the basic weapon for each console. They are more than enough to buy the new console, PS5, featuring exclusive games such as Spider-Man and God of War, and also Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima is the best-rated PlayStation 4 game and will be released for PlayStation 5 as well. It is believed to be the best game of 2020. You should try it and you won't regret. Ghost of Tsushima is best end for PlayStation 4 and best beginning for PlayStation 5. There are other features of the PlayStation 5, but the video will be a long time to include all of this information. But we mentioned to you the best features coming to the console. It is worth mentioning that the price isn't announced until now, and its price is expected to be in the range of $500, and no date has been set for the pre-order also. After we finish the video, I hope you like it. Consider subscribing to the channel and turning on notification bell for everything related to games. Tell us in comments which feature you think is the best. And what do you like more? PlayStation or Xbox? Let's know in comments below. Thank you for watching. See you in next video.